Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's January 29th, 2019. I'm down in the root cellar and I've made some more progress down here in the root cellar. I've gotten the partition walls up, gotten the doors installed, gotten the little cracks patched up somewhat, got the areas painted, and mainly we've gotten those big shelving units out of the middle of the floor, which really brightens up the area quite a bit, makes it much easier to see what you're doing and to keep things pretty well organized and easily accessible. So what I thought I'd do is put the helmet cam on, walk around, talk briefly about the things that we've accomplished recently, and take it from there. Okay, we're down here. Let's go into the main room in the root cellar. So since the last video, this is the area that I showed last time. We still had one more. We used to have two large rows of plastic shelving where we had all of the canned goods on the shelving. It was a very poor system for storing all of our canned goods because of the space in between each one of the plastic shelves was a lot of wasted space over the head of each one of the canned goods. With this system here, it works extremely well. We can see what we've got. We can see our labels as well. We have some paper towels and toilet tissue up there in the upper shelves. I've got the upper shelf up on this side. We're monitoring. I don't have this any automation in this building yet. This summer I'll be putting automation in. But our humidity in this room is 64% and 45 degrees Fahrenheit right now. And when I put this partition wall up, it is insulated, and I got a door to the separate areas. This is the entrance and exit door that we can store apples in as well if we want to put those in here. I'm not positive yet what I'm going to do, but I pictured when I designed this being able to put a small apple rack storage system in this area, which needs plenty of ventilation, and that'll be the most ventilated area in the root cellar. With the insulated walls, we can maintain humidity and temperature in each area and have the airflow. I've got the dehumidifier in the large room, which decreases the humidity in this area, and it dumps into this other area. And so this area here, you can see the dehumidifier goes ahead and deposits the excess fluid that extracts from the environment in the large area, puts it into this area, and this is where we really want to maintain a high humidity, good cool temperatures, excellent airflow. And right now that the humidity is at 79%. Now I was working down here this morning, so these things all have to reach their equilibrium because it still isn't at its set point yet. And so this is where the potatoes and carrots, all those root vegetables will be stored, which really require a lot of humidity and being stored in the cold and the dark. Humidity is 79% in here right now, and temperature is 41 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's just above freezing. Pretty good. And then on this side of the room, this area I was able to get the shelving brackets up like I talked about in the last video. I used up the remainder of the glass shelves that we've been storing since the 80s and 90s. And I may end up making this a double shelf. This is a time of year where Thea starts doing a lot of canning. So she did more plum jam this last weekend. And so we'll probably have one shelf that's a rather shorter distance between the shelf above it and all. We have another wire rack up on this area. This is going to house our cushions, probably some more toilet tissue on this side as well. These are all backup stores for everything. We also have all of our seed, not all of our seed shelves. I've got one refrigerator filled with seeds as well. So these are the various seeds that we use in our gardening, farming here on the property. Now, These are cool, dry, and dark. Right now, these last couple of weeks, I've had the lights on in here, but otherwise, it's very dark down here. Maintaining a cool, dry temperature, so that works out pretty darn well. So Thea's pretty excited about being down in here, where it used to be somewhat of a unpleasant atmosphere coming down into the root cellar, where this is more enjoyable. I picture we'll probably have a whiteboard down here. Eventually I'll put a camera in here as well, so I can monitor some of the equipment in here. This wall has yet to be taken care of. I don't know what I'll be doing with the vacuum and the small stair here, but this part will be used for rolling various, when we bring down potatoes or carrots or cases of canned goods, we'll just set them right on the cart right after, and I still have to build a dumbwaiter for this area over here. But one of the things we'll do is we'll take it right off the dumbwaiter, put it right onto the cart, and then roll it around and organize everything that we want, the way we want it to be. I did install a couple outlets, one for the dehumidifier over there and another separate breaker here for running a couple of water pumps. So the water pumps will pump each one of these pipelines that come through the wall. So there's two different well systems that are here that these pipes come from. And then over here, I have one going to the large pond way down and back that I'll pump water up into this area. I have one going to water totes for storage outside. I have two pipes going to sap storage, 275 gallon, two each for each one of these lines. For the maple sap that we will tap from the trees eventually. And each one of these, I'll have different diversion valves in them and divert those to tanks up above the sugar shack so that they can gravity feed into systems, or I can pump them out to the various stations that need water, whether it's a pond system that needs it or irrigation systems that need it, or we need to switch over our backup for our wells as well. So this area here, I'm going to cool my jets. I'm not going to get too excited yet. I'll want to do this probably in the fall or spring, not this coming season because I have too many projects going on now, but those will be projects that I'll need to work on as well. I do have another drain pipe here, 4-inch drain pipe, that goes out to a swale system, and that'll all be any extra fluid that we decide to dump from the sugar shack or anything that we need to do cleaning up as well. So that all has to be done yet in the future. I'm not there yet, but so we'll have a place other than refrigerators to store our seeds in a cool, dark, dry place, be able to store all of our canned goods that don't need refrigeration in a dry, cool, dark place as well. Fermented goods may come down in here as well, but I'll have to increase ventilation at that time. Okay, well, I'm back. This is our probably the last update I'll do on the root cellar this season, but I wanted to share with you the progress that we've made this winter time down here in the root cellar. I'm very happy with it. Thea's actually very excited about spending some time down here. It is cold down here. It's not some place that she'd enjoy being typically, but when you see the efforts of your hard work paying off, not the building of this place, but so it's much more accessible. It's much more inviting place to come down where we can know what we've got, know what else to can next and all. And throughout the winter months, she'll be doing more canning. This will spur her on to come up with creative ideas of some canned goods to prep for us. And I thought that this would be a good time with the recent news of the coronavirus in China and how that impacts us here in the States, and it impacts globally. During these times where we have, we have climate change, we have severe weather events, and I think we're going to have more occurrences of epidemics or even pandemics in the future as a result of the severe weather changes that occur, the fires, the floods and all. there'll be times where it will behoove us each to have resources that can sustain us for weeks to months to meet all our needs and to live very comfortably during those times. Certainly having food and water and shelter are really, really important things, medical supplies, those sorts of things as well. And I know that at times when I see the events unraveling as they are in China and the catastrophic challenges, even for those people who aren't sick, being restricted from being able to go to different locations, and who knows what their resources are, how much food they have ready to be utilized, how much water there is, if there's adequate medical supplies to meet their needs as well. So those are topics I'd be happy to talk about in the future if anyone has any questions about those topics and all. But today I just wanted to share with you, it's taken several years, but we finally got this root cellar to this point. We have the different zones ready to go ahead and start moving some of our materials. I already have the potatoes and the rest of those supplies in different areas. And hopefully next winter we'll be able to show you how we can have the crops in the high tunnel over winter and be able to harvest those all winter long as well. So this is all part of our whole, sustainability, resilience, being able to withstand challenging times that I'm sure each of us are going to have to face in the future. So if you found this a video, please give us a thumbs up. If you think it would be of benefit to others, please share the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And by all means, folks, have a great day. Bye-bye now.